I'm back and I'm going to work on a project. It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of disjointed, but I guess if you're like me and the rest of the world, you're really disturbed by what's happening in Ukraine, and knowing that there are so many people in the doll world that are in Ukraine and Russia, really the whole area over there, that are very, very talented artists. I thought that one way that I could help is to try to raise some money, but I want to do it through the doll world a lot more than anything else, because I'm really so horrified at what's happening over there. So anyway, what my plan is to take a Blythe and customize it, and I want to create a traditional Ukrainian costume and the traditional floral headdress, and then I want to auction it on Facebook and donate the proceeds to Doctors Without Borders. As a nurse practitioner, I certainly understand the importance of medical care, and I always respected Doctors Without Borders. I know they're over there. I know they're doing work over there in the country itself and in the periphery. I've donated some of my own funds to them and other organizations already, but I wanted to do this as a recognition for the many doll artists over there. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I just feel like I want to do something, and this also takes my mind off of it. Trying to look at some different ideas. The thing I see are some embroidery in terms of traditional Ukrainian costumes. I'm not a person who can do embroidery, so I'll show you how I'm going to kind of get around that. I love the necklace thing. I love the whole sunflower thing. I want to do a really elaborate headdress. I love this, like the blouse with the red flowers and ribbons that goes with black. I've seen some like black vest, maybe with some embroidery that go over the white shirts. So I'm kind of do my own thing, but at the same time, have it reflect Ukraine and the people. This headdress I love. Let's see if I can get it in the picture. I love it. Has the sunflowers. I've ordered some little miniature sunflowers. I love the wheat. So I'm gonna probably look at that as a way to do a headdress with the flowers. I love that. And also it sort of looks like the sun, and the sun meaning, maybe hope that's going to dawn at some point. I'm looking at Pinterest here. There's a lot of, if you just, enter traditional Ukrainian costumes, there's just a lot of different ones, but the ones I kind of like are the white blouse with some embroidery on the sleeves, black vest, maybe the necklaces, skirt, probably black with some embroidery or flowers, that kind of thing. I can't embroidery, sorry, not an embroiderer, but there are ways to make it look like that. I love that kind of vest, and that's kind of what I'm thinking of. Black vest with the sleeves with some red, some kind of black skirt, and then the elaborate headdress. So that's my plan. That's probably going to take more than one video, but that's okay. You guys can have some content. So, couple of things. First of all, I'm not going to make a blouse because I already have one. And it's really cute, so I'm going to just use this one. But I do want to add some red to it, and who knows? I may have bought this from a Ukrainian person. I never know. I buy a lot of stuff on Etsy, so who knows? So, like I said, I can embroider, but I think there's ways you can get around that. A lot of times I'll take lace, like this lace, and cut it out. So I've cut out the top portion to make it smaller, and also just make it have just a scalloped look that I can put on the sleeves. And I took this material and I started cutting out these little reddish pink flowers. So I have some of those cut out. That's a pain in the butt, let me just say. So I'm going to try to use some of those on the blouse, and then I didn't have any, like, I wanted black velvet, and I didn't have any, so I used a Blythe hat that I had that was made out of black velvet, and I cut it apart. It was like a black thing that had black bunny ears. I don't know, I never used it. I'm going to make the vest kind of out of that. So let's just get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do is attach this, and I know y'all are going to hate this. Some will hate it, some will love it, but I'm going to use some E6000 because I can't embroider. So we're going to jury rig this embroidery session. So what I'm going to do is make it look like I've embroidered. So I'm going to start. It's good to get that. So I'm going to start here at the seam. Try to make this look somewhat natural. Too much glue. So if you can't embroider, you might be able to use this technique yourself. I wanted to do this. I only hesitate because only my doll friends really recognize how much work goes into customization of dolls. And Facebook, I have good friends on Facebook, but sometimes they don't, they're not part of this world of the dolls and customization, and they don't necessarily get why it costs so much to have a customized doll. They don't really understand the work that goes into it, which is one of the reasons I'm going to do this video. And then, I say that because I've had some of them contact me, very well meaning, but saying things like, I want to order a doll from you, and they might say, for my 6-year-old daughter or something, and I have to just say, hey, look, you don't want to spend $300 on your 6-year-old child who's going to take this doll and destroy it. These are collector's items, customized over many hours, probably not really what you're looking for. I think when people look at dolls, like, they say, oh, something like you could get at Target, or, Amazon, I guess, like a Barbie. And so they will think, in terms of pricing for that or whatever, and not really recognize that it's, something that took weeks of work, maybe very artistic endeavor. And that's okay. I mean, they just aren't part of that world, so that's fine. I'm up front. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, I'll do that for you, and then tell them it's, $300 or whatever, and then they pass out. I don't want them to. Also, the thing that I try to tell people is you have to think about the durability and the fact that these dolls mostly, they've been painted or whatever. And a lot of times we use Mr. Super Clear, which, it's a great product, but let's face it, toxic as hell. You want your 6-year-old or your 4-year-old to be chewing on something that's that toxic? No, you do not. In general, you think you've sealed it too. You've got paint and other items that possibly could be, ingested it's just not, it's not really safe, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll never forget this one. I have made, if you go back into the history of my channel, you'll see that I made a set of dolls from the movie Hocus Pocus, which was the three sisters, and then I even had Billy the Zombie, a male doll. So four dolls. I sold those dolls for around, I think I priced them at somewhere near 500, like somewhere around there. Which, if you think about it, individually they would have each sold for about $150. So $5 for about, between $400 and $500 is really a good price. Plus, I put so much detail into them, into their costumes. Really, really detailed. You can check out the video on me making those if you'd like. So anyway, I did sell them originally, probably 3 years ago on my Etsy site. And so recently a woman contacted me who had been looking everywhere for Hocus Pocus dolls. She said her daughter, it was the only thing her daughter wanted for Christmas, was Hocus Pocus dolls. And everywhere she looked, she couldn't find any that were really that great. And she saw the pictures of my old one, I guess, from my gallery. And she said, would you consider recreating them? And I, emailed her back very nicely and said, thank you so much. However, how old is your daughter? A, and B, do you want to spend $500 on 3 dolls? And she's like, email me back, oh, thank you so much for telling me. I had no idea. I guess she thought, they'd be like maybe $50-$60 each or something like that even. I don't know. So, for that reason, I'm not sure this is going to work on Facebook. We'll see. But, if not, I may, just try to do it in my Etsy site and see, just say, hey, proceeds from this doll will go to Doctors Without Borders to benefit the people of Ukraine, specifically. And maybe somebody there will buy it. The cheapest dolls, Blythe custom dolls I have are $2.99, so I'm not going to sell the doll for less than $300, even in an auction. I'm not. And I'm hoping I would get a whole lot more, given that it's for charity and for a really good cause. So I don't know how it's going to work out. I'll keep you updated. But that's kind of my plan. It's kind of my thought process. A lot of it is that, you can't get away from the news, and it's so disturbing that at least this way I can kind of think about something else, something pleasant, and keep myself busy while I'm working on it. Maybe entertain you guys at the same time, right? This part, me trying to make it look like sort of like embroidery or even lace on the sleeves. I used a little bit of ribbon here. And I'm going to use these flowers to make it sort of look like embroidery. And hopefully I will get the effect that I want. It's not always about exactitude. It's about creating the illusion, as I've said many times here on this channel. So how are you guys doing? Are you guys doing all right? I know there's a lot of bad stuff going on, and I hope that you're all doing okay. Trying to keep yourself sane. Hard sometimes. We just are dealing with this pandemic, and then have this tragic war come up, which is so needless. I sometimes think it's more than some people can bear. And if you are watching from somewhere that's involved in this, I hope that you stay safe and take care of yourself. Oh gosh, wasn't even in the video, was I? Sorry. So I'm just gluing these flowers over here. My camera kind of got off a little bit. Sorry about that. So yeah, I just gluing these little flowers on. And I'll do some on the back as well, but I'm not going to do all of this on video because it's just going to take freaking ever. There's different sizes of these flowers, so I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit, make it look a little bit realistic in terms of maybe it was embroidered. So I want to put the black vest over this. I'm not going to do too much to the front of the blouse. So that's kind of where I am so far. Also, I want to do some necklaces, so I'm not really going to do much with the collar. But off camera, I'm going to come back and put some flowers on the back side, so this looks like it's all the way around. And then I may put another row of lace and ribbon up here at the top. And then we'll work on the vest. So stay tuned. Alright, I finished doing the back. So now the fronts and the back look the same. I think I'll put another row of the lace, but not cutting it out this time around the top. And that'll probably be it for this blouse. Hopefully I can make this glue come out. Okay, there we go. A little bit stuck in there this morning. Okay, and then we'll try to get some of the dried glue. Trying to do a little bit of overlap here on the seam. See if that will work so it doesn't look like it's abruptly ending. Yeah, I think that looks nice. So we'll do the same thing on this side. All right, there we go. So that's the blouse. I'm going to end this video here because I don't want each one to be too long, but I'll work on each piece of the costume individually and upload them, and hopefully give you some ideas as well as something to think about other than, you know, what's going on in horrible places around the world where evil, maniacal dictators are allowed to attack and kill innocent people. And give you maybe a little reprieve from sadness. Alright, thanks for watching. See you soon.